feel like I'm about to faint. But maybe this will pass. Maybe this is gonna pass. I have seen some signs of spring this morning outside of the building where I'm currently nesting. It's those, I'm not sure what they called, but they are similar to the ones that I saw near the church. Those blue flowers. Are they called bluebell or something? And I was just looking at them because I have a spare few minutes to do that. I wasn't running for the bus or something. For some reason, that made me think of the difference between the East and the West with regards to the warmth of the people. And maybe not even East or the West, just the position of the sun. The position of the sun, not even because in France it's also different there compared to the Nordics. I don't even have to go to the East to see this difference. I just have to look how on the you get what I mean, right? You get what I mean. Yeah, I don't even have to go to the East where I was born in. I only have to look at the difference between the Nordics and, for example, Spain or Greece or France, Italy, because that's so drastic already. Because the sun appears there more in that region compared to here in the northern part. And the difference between the people also, you will feel it. It's true what they say, that the colder the place is, the colder the people are. And I would like to say this with utmost honesty due to my experience. There are always exceptions. But that's the general feeling of the herd. But there are individuals still who doesn't fall into this stereotypical feeling of the presence of the herd. But in general, yeah. Maybe it's harder to be a warm person when the warmth is only coming from your blood and not from the sun. I'm not sure. What do you think? I experienced some great culture shock that relates to this. For example, in here, I think that was I got confronted by this part of the culture, I think last New Year, if I remember correctly. I got an invitation from some people who invited me to a New Year's Eve party. And so yeah, la da 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 da, location, la da 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 da, bring your friends, la da 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 da, and then at the end, bring your own beer, it said. I have never heard this before in my entire life. I was clutching my grandmother's pearls that I don't have when I read this. I'm like, what is this? This is so foreign to me. This is so foreign. What is this? What is happening on this part of the planet? What is this culture? This is so far from what we have going on where I was born. Because from in the country where I was born, if someone invites you, you are gonna get fed. You can eat there. You can eat there. You can eat there. If you get invited to someone's house, the people would be very happy if you eat their food that they cook for you specifically, because that shows that you're appreciative of their gestures and that it's a bonding moment also. Feasts, for example, we have these feasts for every town has a saint, patron saint of a town, and when this day comes, everyone's house is open to everybody. You can just pop in there and ask for a plate, even if you don't know anyone there. And they will give you, you will eat, and then you go again to the next house, you will eat, and then you go to the, and you will eat. And then in general, birthday parties, weddings. That's why during the weddings, the amount of family members and the friends multiply. Like, who is this? Am I related to this person? I have never seen this person before in my entire life, but he's having the time of his life eating. Like my cousin getting married, and I see someone, I'm like, are we cousins? But yeah, you are gonna get fed when you, it's okay for you to eat. You don't have to bring your, what you're gonna eat, because here I heard from the people, when you go to someone's place, you're supposed to bring your, what you're gonna drink and what you're gonna eat. You're supposed to bring it. Maybe this also depends on what kind of tax bracket the person invites you have, or I don't know, because when I was still au pairing, I didn't experience this with my host families, or maybe I was just not into, I don't know, because they don't say something like this. They just allow me to eat. And also with the friends that I met there, when someone invites you over, they don't really explicitly say bring your own beer or bring your own something before you go here. No. But also on my part, as a visitor, as someone who's invited, I am raised good enough to not go to anyone's place empty-handed. Maybe they just trust also the people that I have met before, that I am raised good enough, or good enough, that I have enough proper manners to not show up at someone's house empty-handed. And I never go to someone's house empty-handed. I remember when I was in Norway, I even asked my friends, yes, there's two of them, who work as a sommelier, for advice for what kind of wine to bring. I say I have this situation, I'm going to this and this, and do you have any advice what kind of wine is best for this and this? And they give me several suggestions. I'm like, this is my budget, and maybe you can maybe you can have some advice that's not very far from this budget, something, so that I'm sure I'm bringing something that's good. But here I was really culture shocked by that. The bring your own beer. The first thing I thought when I saw this, I'm like, don't they trust that people are raised well enough to know not to go to someone's house empty-handed? Like, really, like this? And I thought I was the only one. Apparently, I'm not. I'm not, because I also had a friend who got invited to the same party. And it so happens that her mom was visiting, because it's New Year and all. And she was born in Russia. So, yeah, she has a Russian mom. She has a Russian mom. And the mom was also like, also surprised by this bring your own sort of drink or whatever. And the mom said to her, you're gonna go there, you're gonna bring your own beer or something. What's the difference? You can just buy some drink here, then we can both drink. You don't have to leave the house, you just buy. Yeah, you go to the store, you come back, you have your wine, we can both drink. You don't have to go there to drink your own wine. I thought I was the only one shocked. Apparently, the Russian mom was also culture shocked by this. But yeah, I guess. But it's also cold in Russia. But somehow the culture is warmer. Well, I don't know a lot about Russia though. I don't know a lot about their culture, but at least it's a bit a bit comforting to hear that I'm not the only one who's shocked by this part of the culture here. I'm not sure if it's only in Finland though, or if it's in the Nordics in general.